always turn out like you planned, but these changes are making me who I am. And why is it so hard to understand? Since you've been away, I turned into a better man. 'Cause baby, you've been gone too long. Gone too long. And you had me, you played me, I'm moving on. Gone too long. And gone too long. Did you really think I keep hanging on? You had me, you played me, I'm moving on. I thought I heard you speak. Tried to listen, but your voice became too weak. Then I knew I had to get back on my feet, oh baby.
Hi, I'm Andre Crom.
We're Audio Jack.
Chris James.
We're Himself and you're watching Dice.
So Andre, tell us what is next for Off Recordings. Any new releases? New people you've signed?
Next things coming up are, actually next week I have a release with Andre. He's an old friend of mine. I know him since like 12, 13 years now, and it's really nice to see that his career is really getting back on track now, or that he's sort of reinventing himself as a deeper, more underground, deep house, disco sample artist. And I did a remix for his track, stripped it down a little bit, made it a little bit deeper. And after that we have a various artists EP with HNQO, Detroit Swindle, Hector Couteau and Javi Bora. After that we have Darius Rossian with Jordan Peak remix. I'm really excited about that one. There's a huge buzz around it. And after that it's a little bit open. I mean, I have like 3 or 4 or 5 other releases which are almost finished, but basically I'm tending to leave the release schedule a little bit open to just line one very strong release after the next one, and so that basically means that I'm shifting all the time to basically make sure that everything we release is really spot on. And if I feel something is not perfect yet, I would rather tell the artist, give me another track or let's get another remix until the package is really strong before I release it.
We've, with Groove, we've got next, after Chris's EP, which we're promoting in a minute, we've got an EP by a guy called Nolan. We've remixed this from John Tejada, and these 2 guys from what's Spain, but they live in Germany, called Kyodai. You might have heard their track out on local top this summer called Breaking. But they've just, the originals are sort of, you know, the originals are club tracks, and Kyodai has just sort of taken one element from it and made it into some sort of, I don't know what you can describe it, like jazz house. Like
it's like 1920s jazz swing. You know, like, have you seen the film The Mask? And you know the bit where he's like dancing the Coco Bongo. It's that kind of stuff, but like house is answer to that these days. So.
And it's amazing. We'll play it later. You'll see. You'll see when you're up there. But it's amazing to like watch a club go from, you know, everyone's happy dancing around doing the house thing. All of a sudden this comes on, and all the girls just turn into, you know, it's just. You have to really see it on the dance floor to really see, you know. So we're really excited about that one. And after that, we've got some stuff from Deep Future, Detroit Swindle, Dirty Channels. And then we're working with Tom Budden. We've got some Coat of Arms stuff. A remix of that. We've got have you heard of Ooft? Ali Ooft from Glasgow. Yeah, he's doing a remix for us. And we've got lots in the pipeline for next year that we're excited about putting out. So you'll have to wait and see.
So we'll talk about collabs at the moment. Like you teamed up with Eats Everything. Yeah. Coat of Arms. Yeah. Now we've got the new Purple Velvet thing. Tell us a little about that.
Okay, cool. Purple Velvet's with a guy I've known since we went to college. The guy's name's Lee Dunn. And we met at college, and it was on a music course. And at the time, we were both like heavily into trance, and we started making trance records. And Lee's like productivity is terrible. Like he's probably made like one EP in 10 years, like since I've known him. So we just got together, and it was just based on a couple of late nights we had together. Like we went out to a few local bars, and we just listened to like soul and hip hop and jazz, and just going back to our roots really, because I'm a big fan of hip hop. That's what I grew up on, and he's similar. And then we just started the whole Purple Velvet thing. It's doing quite well. We've got some stuff coming out on Exploited, the sub-label Get Physical, Kingish, and a label called Local Talk, who release vinyl. So we've got quite a bit of stuff coming out on that. And then the collab with Dan obviously did really well last year, and it's kind of carrying on. I'm taking it on solo now because Dan just hasn't got the time to commit to it with his solo career at the minute. So that's all that's going on at the minute.
So guys, how did your set go?
Yeah, it was great. First half an hour, quiet, but then it picked up, and then it just went crazy, to be honest with you. Surprised when we dropped our track, weren't it?
It was wicked.
At the end, because
we weren't sure whether people would know it yet, because it's not been, well, it's been 4 weeks it's been at number one, but still it's in the new disco genre, so it's not as well known as some of the deep house stuff, is it?
Deep house and tech house is more out there.
Everybody knew it.
Singing to it, yeah.
Singing the words, which is amazing when it's your own track. It's really cool.
Yeah, it was a nice setup as well, so
yeah,
you know what I mean? It's all right when we can do our thing as like 4 decks and 2 mixers, you know what I mean? Some places have a limited space, so you can't do it, so you have to do back to back with 2 decks. But lucky enough, there was enough space upstairs, so 4 decks, 2 mixers went alright, didn't it?
Went well, yeah.
Yeah, it was alright.
Cool.